Now it's 6 a.m. on WKYT this morning, hours after a deadly crash. A Central Kentucky road is finally back open now.
Family and friends are preparing to say goodbye to a teenager who died from meningitis.
Our forecast looking pretty interesting out there this morning. We're tracking a little wintry mix and more rain and wind for the weekend. I'll have the latest coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
And top of the morning to you. Welcome in. It's your Friday, and the first weekend of 2015 is on the way, and it sounds like it's going to be a wild ride in weather. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Whitney Wetzel. The first Friday of 2015, so you think it would be a good one. It's not too bad out there, but temperatures are going to be kind of crazy over the next couple of days.
I mean, 60 one time and then down in the 30s, and all this coming with the rain and whatnot. Let's check in with Jim right now, who's tracking things very carefully in our First Alert Weather Center.
The key to all of this is the whatnot, because there's going to be a lot of whatnots out there coming up over the next couple of days here. This morning, it's the wintry mix, and we've got that on Defender. You see it showing up just north of our area, and we were talking about it the past couple of days. A little moisture would ride in, and we'd track it, and there you see it across parts of Harrison County, out toward Nicholas County, right into Robertson County as well. So it's active out there for a few of you, maybe just a little bit with a sleet pellet or a few showers out there. Some of the headlines as we look ahead for you, we're tracking that wintry mix this morning. It's a wild weekend of weather. Tomorrow we're at 60, wind gusts 40, 50, showers, thunderstorms, and then on Sunday, snow, and then Arctic air coming our way for next week. So hold on. It's going to be one heck of a ride. I'll have the latest coming up for you in just a few minutes.
Yeah, just as a lot of people are getting ready to go back to school. Thank you, Jim. Here's the latest from WKYT News. A busy Central Kentucky road back open this morning, hours after a deadly crash.
It happened on US 27 in Jessamine County, not far from the Fayette County line. Several lanes were shut down for hours while police investigated this crash. WKYT's Mark Barber joins us live near the scene to explain what we know right now about the victim. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Whitney and Bill. Yeah, the northbound lanes of Nicholasville Road are now back open, and crews have cleared the scene. But this morning, the coroner is still working to notify the man's family about his death. Now, police say this crash happened about 8 o'clock last night near Industry Parkway in Nicholasville, which is just north of the Commerce Center shopping area. We're told the man was killed instantly when his car slammed into the back of a dump truck that was hauling a trailer with a forklift. Police say no one in the dump truck was hurt. The crash closed 3 lanes to traffic, and it took about 5.5 hours to clear the road and reopen the lanes to drivers. At this point, police aren't saying who is at fault or if anyone will be charged, but officers are saying that they are still investigating. Now again, that coroner says that he will release the man's identity once he has talked with his family. Live in Nicholasville, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. Family and friends will gather today to remember a Clark County teenager.
Tragedy, really. 15-year-old Carl Hahn died after losing his battle with meningitis. Now school leaders are working to make sure that other students are taken care of, certainly a time of concern. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live in Winchester to explain how. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Whitney. Services are set to begin tonight for 15-year-old Cole Hahn, who lost his battle with meningitis earlier this week. Clark County School Superintendent Paul Christie tells us Cole was a member of the soccer team and a straight-A student. Christie says all school buildings in the district are being cleaned and disinfected as a precaution, even though health officials told them this type of meningitis does not require that. The superintendent says Cole touched a lot of lives as he came up through the school system, which is why they will have counselors available if anyone needs them when classes resume on Monday.
And he was a beloved friend to many, not only students, but staff in our district. So it's a tragic loss for us.
Visitation for the teen will take place tonight from 5 to 8 at Central Baptist Church here in Winchester. His funeral is set for tomorrow at 11, also at the church. Reporting live in Clark County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you very much. Family members of a northern Kentucky boy say he died days after being diagnosed with the flu. 6-year-old Mikey Galapa died on December 20th at a hospital in Florence. An autopsy has been scheduled to determine an exact cause of death. Kentucky health leaders say 6 people have died of flu complications so far this season.
This morning, we're tracking the investigation into a fire that damaged a Lexington home. The fire started last night on St. Martin's Avenue near Georgetown Street. Smoke was pouring out of that home when firefighters first arrived. They were able to put that fire out, and the woman inside escaped.
There's moderate to heavy damage in the kitchen. It did breach the ceiling and get into the attic.
Firefighters think food left on the stove may have sparked that fire. Our news partners at the Herald Leader report the woman escaped thanks to her dog, who alerted her to that fire. We're learning more this morning about a deadly shootout with police. John Lucas says the man shot and killed by state police was his mother's boyfriend. State police went to a home on US 60 in Carter County for a domestic dispute. That's where police say the suspect shot at them. A trooper shot back, killing the gunman. Lucas says police saved his mother's life.
Began to get more violent towards my mother. My mom was screaming and crying, and I just had enough, and I luckily called 911 when I did, because if I hadn't, my mom wouldn't be with me right now.
Police have not released the name of the man who was killed. No officers were hurt in that shooting.
Our time is 6 minutes after 6 on WKYT this morning, and a 92-year-old woman says she is lucky to be alive after a truck went airborne and right into her house. Somerset police say Tony Lewis was doing at least twice the speed limit down Clifty Street when his flatbed truck hit an embankment and crashed into Sarah Stigall's house. She was not hurt. Her family says she happened to be on the opposite side of the house when it all happened.
She thought that a storm had come through. She said the noise sounded like a tornado.
Police say the driver of the truck, Tony Lewis, was flown to UK hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They think alcohol was involved, and they say Lewis has a lengthy criminal record. The homeowners say they are not sure if the house can be repaired.
A Laurel County mother has a new addition for the new year. Misty Hunter was the first woman at St. Joseph London Hospital to give birth in 2015. Owen Anthony Scott was born around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Both mother and father say they couldn't be happier.
I mean, I knew he would be in New Year's baby. I didn't expect him to be the first.
I think he's going to look more like me than his sister did. I'm excited about that.
Staff at the hospital there gave the family a wagon filled with goodies to celebrate the hospital's very first birth of 2015. Always a good way to start the year.
Precious arrival and at a good time, right?
Yeah. Well, it is down to the Ducks and the Bucks.
Right. Oregon and Ohio State will be facing off in the first ever college football playoff championship. Oregon knocked off Florida State yesterday in the Rose Bowl, 59-20. It was FSU quarterback Jameis Winston's first loss of his college season, and Ohio State upset Alabama in last night's Sugar Bowl 42-35. The win denied Bama a chance to get their fourth national title in 6 years. So Oregon and Ohio State will face off Monday night in Arlington, Texas. It'll be at 8:30 and on ESPN. A lot of talk about that game coming up.
Yeah, right into the new year, and it's all about football, I think, right now.
For a while here, right into the Super Bowl. All right, our time right now is 6:08, and let's check live drive traffic and see how things are moving out on the roads right now with a look at the interstate. Here is I-75 and I-64 at the northern split.
A little bit of traffic out there, but surprisingly, not a whole lot going on this morning. Things are pretty clear. I think a lot of people are still enjoying the last couple of days of their holiday break.
Let's hope so, and of course, a lot of others will be getting into work. It'll get busy probably here with the morning rush in a little while, and it's going to be weather that could be a factor throughout the weekend if you're driving around, certainly with all the rain and wind we're anticipating, and maybe some wintry mix here and there as well. So keep those things in mind.
Yeah, and a couple of construction projects, I think, going on around town, but not anything that's going to impact any major roads.
A couple of cut-throughs, Mintel Park down there around Richmond Road and so forth. They'll be doing some work. WKYT this morning on the air with the latest, and it's so good to have you with us on this Friday, rolling toward that weekend.
And it is a frosty start to this new year. What some New Yorkers do after watching the ball drop in Times Square.
And I'll tell you what, those cold temperatures are going to plunge to cold polar levels. We're going to talk about some really cold stuff deep in that 7-day forecast, plus a wet and wild weekend. I'll have it all coming up.